Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer and my latest live stream. Today's Tuesday and hi Ian, welcome to the stream. You're in bright and early and I am early. I am a few minutes early because, well, we ran a little bit over last night. In fact, it was rather late because we were trying to do the daily race B. It was proving to be an absolute nightmare. We get hot, bothered, wasn't happening. And today I would like to do a couple of daily race B races and then probably head over to the daily race C to give that a go. Hi Alan Gran, welcome to the stream. I hope all of you have been having a great day today. I've got two ulcers that are driving me nuts right now. I've got a headache, I'm tired. I really shouldn't be on here, but I just love this and really want to crack on and see how we can do. Hi MZ. Welcome to the channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head across to the PlayStation window and I am going to dive into the Daily Race B. Now, everybody that I saw online today was like, their DR is crashing, bumping. It's just been an absolute carnage fest out there. So I'm not too worried about if we drop into the B. In fact, before we do that, let's just check our DR rating because you'll notice that there's actually 1 pixel, just 1 pixel for the B rating. I started early, so go away. Sorry, been interrupted already. Yeah, so we are 1 pixel below, 1 pixel on the B rating at the moment. So very close to dropping to C, which isn't going to bother me too much because we set a pretty fast time yesterday for the daily race B and then wound up with a situation where we just couldn't match the time and we were getting in with races that were too quick and it was just all going a bit horrible. So Ian, I got myself a Thrustmaster T150. Very nice. Hope your day is being as good as mine. I had a pretty good day actually. Good day at work, and yeah, it's been very hot here in the UK. I've actually got the window shut because we were getting bugs and all sorts in last night. So it is a sweat box in here. I really wish, in fact, I'm really envious of Rory right now and that air conditioning unit that he's got. I could do with the 21 degrees in here right now, but there's lots of us that are absolutely hot. In fact, no racing shirt on today because they are cheap ones. They're made out of polyester and you sweat like buckets in them normally. On a day like today where it's hot, I've just gone with a cotton top. That was the missus saying it's only 10 to 10, why are you live streaming now? Well, as I was saying at the beginning of the video, we did overcook it yesterday. Yesterday. We were on for way too long, and I've come in now. I'm probably going to just do a few races and probably finish about 11, half 11, depending on how things go. Although I do find this really relaxing. So how would I'm going to play some GT Sport. Cool. Combos look sick. I started with the T150. Yes, a great. I actually went straight to the Logitech G29 and never looked back. I got this years and years ago, almost when they first came out, and we will get into some racing in a moment, but let me just touch this with you. Hi Clack, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. I was going to go with the Logitech DD Pro, and I was watching a lot of the reviews, and everybody was saying just too expensive, which I felt it was. And I also noticed that a lot of people that were reviewing it have since now started to review the Moser system and or gone back to driving Fanatec. I have contacted Logitech a number of times just to try and cut a deal or do something. You cannot get past the support team. You can't get to talk to anybody in marketing. You cannot get to talk to anybody in sales, even just to put your argument across. So all you get is it's a premium product made out of plastic. Bit weird that one, but there we go. It does run with fans which can get clogged. So is it a premium product? It's certainly a premium price. It is 11 newton meters. So we are going to go the Fanatec route. We've decided now. But I'm still doing a battle with Fanatec because they sell a modular system, but you can't buy the module you want. As in, I would like to get the Gran Turismo wheel with the 8 Newton meter base and the Club Sport 3 pedals. No, can't get them. You cannot buy the wheel separately. The advice that I've had from Fanatec is laughable. You're going to love this. They have suggested that I do one of two things. Firstly, buy the McLaren bundle and then go and source the GT wheel from eBay to buy a second-hand one. Or, you'll love this one, buy the GT bundle to get the wheel, buy the Club Sport pedals as well at the same time, and then either throw away the CSL pedals or put those on eBay. So any which way, I'm still buying 2 sets of pedals when I only want one. They're supposed to sell a modular system, so sell me the module that I want to buy. The wheel, the base, the pedals. How hard is that? Come on, Fanatec. How hard is that? If they were to do that, I would probably order it tomorrow. That's about the only thing that's holding me back, and watching Moza, because I've noticed that Moza's come into the market, supporting PC. I think they're supporting Xbox, maybe, not quite sure on that one. But I've noticed that Fanatec are now supporting PC and Xbox on the cheaper bundles. Yet the PS5 with the Gran Turismo licensing, etc., 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 is still heavily loaded. So I'm in a real turnip which way to go, when to spend my money, and I like to feel that I'm getting value for my money, and can't see that I'm getting value from both of those two companies at the moment. And if somebody else comes into the marketplace at a reasonable price, well, maybe they make them a business. Who knows? For the moment, though, we're still running with the ever reliable G29. So, Ian, all this is new to me, struggling with the wheel and gears and when to brake, laugh out loud. You'll get used to it. Coming up from the controller to the wheel does take some getting used to. My advice, as mad as it sounds, is turn all the assists off. Get rid of the braking, get rid of the line, just get rid of them all. Stick with one track, learn it corner by corner by corner, and I promise you, you will be grateful in the end. And I can't race with the controller anymore. I mean, the wheel tends to be the route I need to go. Ireland, no, I've not looked. Well, I did come across Camus a long time ago. There's about 4 or 5 different setups that I came across. I wanted to go Logitech or Fanatec because obviously they are leading brands. Logitech was my favoured one initially. Fanatec have been more so, but at the moment I'm watching on Reddit a lot of the Fanatec units blowing up after a month of use. So again, hesitating slightly, although it seems to be the cheaper Fanatec bundles that are blowing up rather than the GT Pro. So it's interesting. Anyway, enough waffle. We want to get racing. Clack, take that brake assist off. Get rid of it. I have been asked. I am going to do a video on the assist setups I use, and like all of you probably, I've resisted losing the brake assist. I've resisted the racing line. I've resisted traction control. I've played Gran Turismo for years and years. Only just, I think it was last week, when guys, I lost traction control first time. Just lose assists. It helps you to learn the tracks better. It helps you're racing, you'll be quicker. Just it's better. I mean, I snapped on the traction control, and if you guys noticed yesterday, onto one race just to see, and it made no difference to me. It still felt the same. It didn't give me any additional confidence. So traction control has been binned again. Clack, I do understand what you're saying, mate. It's only because I always forget when to brake. I liken the assists to a crutch. If you start walking with a crutch, you get used to it and you never want to let it go, and you'll always walk to that crutch. And it's a bit like the same with the brake assist. You are constantly going to be watching for that red line. You're then going to either brake on the red line, or what most people do is brake halfway down the red line because it brakes you too early. You're never going to learn the track. You're never going to be able to run without it unless you turn it off. My my advice would be just to take the brake off. Pick your best track, the one that you really like, the one that you're best at. Turn it off and just give it a go. And you just got to watch for the references at the side of the track. It might be the beginning of a curb, the end of the curb, a meter board, whatever. There's lots and lots and lots of different references around the track. Use those as your braking reference, and I promise you, you'll be rubbish to start with. It will feel like 2 steps back, but boy, you will take 5 steps forward really quickly. I promise you. I'll leave the rest of you to talk through that on the chat, because you'll have your own thoughts. But yeah, just learning the track, looking at the track, it's just so much better. And in the real world, you don't have a brake assist. Anyway, let's get into this race. I think I've got to come out of this one because I have been wobbling on for far too long, and I've come on slightly early so as we can get some racing done. I've got 12 minutes of quali. First big change is I'm going to go into the ranking board and I'm going to pick up this Ghost. And I promise you, I was actually looking at this car before CRV went top with this car. In fact, I was running this, took about 15-20 minutes out over lunchtime just to play around with a few cars. And I've set my hot lap in the Porsche 911. I can't beat that time. But you'll know I was wrestling with the car, spinning, and couldn't really get any consistency. I am loving this BMW. Loving this BMW. It might, well, I say it's topping the charts at the moment, but whether it is the fastest car out there or whether the Turismo and the 911 are, I don't know, but I do like this car. So the idea today, for those of you that have just joined me, and thank you ever so much for joining me tonight, is I am so grateful for all of you supporting this channel. It's amazing every night you dial in and check up on me and help me and motivate me and just encourage me in ways you just can't imagine. And I've totally lost my train of thought when I'm racing, but yeah, whatever, I've lost it. Mumbling, driving first, talking second, way it should be. But I'm loving this BMW, and if we can get 1 or 2 decent races, then I'll be happy. Oh, that's right. So we're going to do daily race B for a couple of races, depending how the first one goes, depending how punty and horrible it is. And then we're going to head across to daily race C, which will be another big unknown, and see how we go in there. Because daily race C seems to be more of a sprint race from what I can gather this week. No pit stops. Qualify on mediums. I've done a couple of laps on hards. Oh, missed that one. I've done a couple of laps on hards, so my lap times are not great, so we need to do something with that. And then I think it's just a little bit of fuel saving, or just watching the fuel. Whoa, a little bit greedy there. So we may well give that a go. I think that's going to be the plan for today. And I'll apologise if I am going quiet while I'm racing. Those of you that saw me online last night will know how I'm struggling around Suzuka. I love the track. I've always loved racing here, but in the daily races, boy, it's a leveller. It really sorts the men out from the boys, and I was a juvenile last night in my racing. I really didn't do myself any favours. I might not tonight. But we'll see how things go. Got a little bit deep through there. Just pushing my braking point a little bit too much. Need to brake just a tad earlier. This could well be a mitigating disaster again tonight, of course. But if you don't try, you don't practice, you don't give it a go, you're never going to get better, right? So, got to give it a go. That one I am still working on getting the power down out of the second part of spoon. I did actually think I was going to spin it there because I was just trying something new. You've really got to get the car almost straight before you accelerate out of there, and also accelerating a little bit too hard again. Struggling to watch the chat, I'm afraid, guys. So as always, if you've got any thoughts or advice for me, pop it in the chat, because I will review the chat at the end of the session. I always do. Take some notes, but obviously during the actual racing it's very difficult for me to watch the chats. At the moment the screen is off to the left and out of eye line for when I'm driving. And unfortunately at the moment I am not good enough to race and watch the chats at the same time. For those of you that are wondering, I'm normally putting in 203s, 203s and 204s, spinning a lot more than normal. Let's just knock the old brake balance up one. Just settle that back end down a little bit, hopefully. I am pushing quite hard at the moment because I'd like to try and do a 2025 in this particular car. I will not be pushing quite so hard in the race. The aim would just be to try and stay with people. And there's an awful lot of people throwing it off the track still, even today from what I saw earlier. So my strategy is going to be to try and just pick up places. Too cautious through there. Haven't quite got my confidence through that corner just yet. I need to come out there in second. Keep changing down to third through there. This one needs to be first until we get it straight. Straight up into second. Stay right. Then we're looking for the little grey bit. Just before the little grey bit of road up here. Bury the brake pedal. Try and pick up the apex. Down into third. Just at the end of that curve, pick up second. Pick up the apex again. Don't get the power down too early. The next one we're looking for the 50-metre board for this curve. Staying in fifth. Just try and pick up the apex. 100-metre board. Bang. Down into first. Up into second. Run the curbs. Oh, got a little bit of a slide through there. That's cost me a little bit. Now run to the line. What is that? 2043. So much more planted than the Porsche. Just got to put the accelerator down cautiously, carefully, and when the steering wheel isn't on lock, I did there. Got a little bit of a slide. Just a little bit eager. Got my line ever so slightly wrong there. Almost changed up the third again. What have we got? 2 minutes 40. So again, up here we're looking for just before the little grey patch on the right hand side. Try and pick up this apex to the outside. At the end of the curb, down at the second, try and pick up the apex again. Bring that accelerator in nice and smoothly. Sometimes I hit 6th, but I tend to always come down to 5th for that particular corner. A little bit slower, but again a 2045. Now we'll take a little bit of a break, I think. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, good whatever to everybody that is on the stream. 10 people on the stream, my word. Thank you ever so much for joining me tonight. It is a sweatbox in here. No motor racing top today because they're cheap ones from China and they're made of polyester and they just cling to me. So cotton top today. And I haven't got the window open because we got moss and insects in last night, and it's just a hot one. As I said earlier, I need Rory Alexander's air conditioning unit on the wall. So envious right now. Be good to be 21 degrees. So, I'm a little bit out of touch with the chat. There's a lot going on right now. As I said earlier, I will review the chat at the end of the session. I appreciate everybody's hints, tips, tricks, everything that I try to apply into my racing every night, and hopefully I'm getting sort of better and better and better for the help and assistance that you're all giving me. It's humbling. It just makes my day. And we raced for far too long last night. And I shouldn't really be racing tonight, but I just couldn't not come on. I just had to. So where are we? Ooh, ouch. We are starting off in 5th. That's a little bit unexpected. Actually, shouldn't be unexpected because we were up that high last night, weren't we? M6 behind us, surrounded by 911s. GT Nismo in there. Citroen. So there is quite a mix of cars when you look at the leaderboard for this one, and in the races still the 911 seems to be. So I think what quite a lot of people are doing, they seem to be setting their qualifying times in their favorite car that's giving them the best time, but in the race quite a lot of people seem to be going for the 911. Were you late for work? Nope. I actually start work, I work from home. I start work at 9. I'm up at 6 in the morning to get a number of bits, and the dog sorted out, family up, help do pack lunches, move cars, all that sort of malarkey. So normally I'm on my desk at 8 o'clock, put in an hour early. So yeah, no worries there. I'm not going to be burning the midnight oil tonight. But I do want to just do a couple of races, see how we go in the daily race Bs. And then we'll give the daily race C a go. But yeah, last night was a late one. A bit naughty, really. I haven't admitted to everybody what time I went to bed last night. But I was having a ball. I loved it. So relaxed at the end of it. I started off with a headache when I logged on at 8:45. So that was what, half an hour ago? Lost it already. Here we go. I'm going to be quiet now. Just going to go cautious initially. But I'm probably going to be cautious throughout this one. Saying be cautious, and I've just overcooked it. Got some bases to make up now. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh, thanks, just got punted from behind. So whoever that was I just took out, Ike, I apologise. Oh, and a 4 seconds into the bargain. So we carry on as we did last night. A straightforward punt into the first corner. Damage on the front, damage on the rear. Hi Random Racer. Hi Rapture. Hi everybody. So I just did a couple of laps which were okay, and straight into the race, and immediately smacked in the rear, smacked into somebody else. 4-second penalty. That could well be the SR gone. It's definitely going to be the B rating gone. And just, I think this is why a lot of people do not seem online to be running daily race B this week. And it's a great track, it's a great race, but people just don't seem to know how to run it, and it's just spoiling it for everybody. I was nicely with those Porsches there. I mean, annoyingly, yes, I missed my braking zone. I do tend to find when I'm up behind somebody, I do tend to overcook my braking zone, so I seem to try and brake where I would normally brake, and I need to brake just a tad earlier because I guess the slipstream effect sucks you in. And again, that's part of the racecraft that I need to get to grips with. There we go. Feel like backing out of this one, if I'm quite honest. Rage quitting. Although I've never done that before. And we never know what might happen. One of the things I have learnt to do is when that sort of thing happens, and you get hit into a corner like that, I'm starting to learn to look at the graphic and then seeing whether I've got damage on the rear. In other words, did I cause it or did they cause it? And that one, the back of the car was completely wiped out, and the front, so not a lot I can do about it if somebody decides to ram me from behind. And it's always going to wind up ugly into that corner if somebody does that. people rage quitting already. Now, it looks like I am just circulating on my own, which I am. However, what I'm trying to do is to reduce that gap to Jumper, whatever that name is, as much as possible. At one point, I believe he was about 16 seconds ahead. If I can get that under 10, I'll be really, really happy. So that's my main task for this particular race. Again, I apologise for not reading the chat. Hi driver. Just popped in just at the right time. I was able to take a quick nose at the chat. Struggling a little bit around Suzuka again. I had a nice start. Was feeling really good. Staying with 3 Porsches in front, and then into the hairpin. We got smacked from the rear again. And since then it's been game over. Was it a 3 or a 4 second penalty, guys? I can't remember. So what we're trying to do now is just trying to close the gap to the car in front. And I'm also trying a few different things, almost like qualifying. Some of them are working, some of them are not. That one didn't, which is just meant that Jampala has just taken another second out of me purely because I went a bit deep there. If any of you are struggling with the Porsche 911, give this a try. You could see initially I was staying with the Porsches. May well be places where that Porsche is quicker. Got it back. Well, we're on 15 seconds, so we're not going to make 10. I think that was maybe always a little bit over eager. We will do one more race after this at Suzuka. I'd like to try and get one race without being punted tonight around here. Tell you what, I was looking at some of the times. Some of you are really quick in that Porsche, you know. Setting some blinding times. Times I could only dream of, if I'm perfectly honest. Oh, a little bit deep through there. Need to get over to the apex more. Whoa, we got him down to 12 seconds. Oh, I wanted 10. Not quite going to be 10. Yes, under 10 seconds. Whoa, that's a win for me. That's a win for me. Oh, my challenge was to get within 10 seconds of the car in front, and we did it. Well, yeah. Again, Lee said, straight punt. I've really got to get used to typing faster, because I'd love to say thank you to whoever punted me. But there we go. That is the nature of Daily Race B, I'm afraid. Thanks, Ian. I did achieve my goal. I'm happy with that. Whew. Let's go again. Let's go again. We've got 5 minutes before we go now. Just going to take a breather for a moment. There's a lot of talk about wheels on the chat and a lot of talk about wheels online at the moment. I think if Mozart were to support the PlayStation, it would really, really, really upset the marketplace. Really upset it. I think Fanatec continue to hide behind the deal that they've got with Gran Turismo at the moment. I think that's why the GT bundle is, in my mind, it's holding its price. Yep, no traction control whatsoever. No traction control whatsoever. I did relent. I did, for a few corners, put traction control 1 on last night and realised very quickly it didn't make any difference whatsoever. I do still spin. I do still spin. And sometimes when I'm coming out of a corner and if I've got a little bit too much lock on the steering wheel and I'm a bit greedy on the accelerator, I can feel the back going round. And that's one of the reasons I'd like to get a direct drive wheel. Is I don't feel that the G29 is giving me that feedback in the way that it used to. I mean, it might be old. I've done hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles on this wheel over the years. Hundreds of thousands of miles. So it's done very well. It's probably, well, bits of it are wearing out. I don't know what the state of it is inside. But yeah, I want a little bit more of an immersive, more feeling, etc. Hi, Indian Stig. How are you, my friend? Hope you are well. 14 people in the room today. Thank you ever so much for joining me tonight. It really is humbling. I really appreciate every single one of you, and again, all of the motivation. Yeah, mine's maxed out too. My G29's maxed out. The trouble is, I think you only get 2 Newton meters, which just isn't enough, and I just like a little bit more. Sometimes I find that the back end is going before I actually feel it and can react. So I'm using my eyes more than the feel. That's one of the things I'm hoping with DD that will help. I realise it's the licenses. I do realise that. I do realise that. I think that's why we don't have Silverstone as a racetrack as well in Gran Turismo, because the licenses for Silverstone are just silly, and it's a shame. But there we go. What do? Do we ditch Gran Turismo and go with something else like Forza? I noticed there's a few of the guys are buying Xboxes for Forza, but I'm a Gran Turismo guy. Played this since version 1 on my PS1. I'm not going anywhere else. Oof. So who's an A plus? Who's Freddie? Who's Freddie? Forgive me, I don't know all your sort of names. A plus is super quick. The only A plus driver I know is Ian, not Ian, Kushti. He is super quick, Kushti. And there's a couple of other A plus people I know. Ah, now I know. Yeah, it's very, very quick. Very quick. We'll get there. Driver, there's a lot of people that do that, don't they? There's a lot of people get up to A plus and then they take out second accounts. I think Kushti did that. He's got 2 or 3 accounts. I guess it's never appealed to me because I've only ever had the 1 account and never been up that high. I mean, B is the highest I've ever been. Yeah, Rapture, good call, mate. Good call. I got about a third of the way up the B ranking and then just plummeted. I mean, where are we now? That race probably hurt. So we're way back down in the C now. I mean, that's a massive drop, but that's expected. I was expecting that, which could make for an interesting race. This one could be an interesting race. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. This is going to be C-rated race. We've still got our S ranking, thankfully. We're right up at the front. So you could say no pressure this time. We will have to see how things go. I'm not disappointed to be back in the seat, if I'm quite honest. If I can just have a decent race and stay out of trouble, I'll be happy. Wow, 3 accounts in A plus. Nice work. Wow. Oh, I'm just working on this one. I don't think I'll ever hit A, if I'm honest. I've always been sort of high C, very low B. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck, guys. I could well need it. By the way, can I get a thumbs up to make sure the sound and the colours are okay on the video? Everything's all okay. And hopefully we're not getting too many of those stream element things coming in tonight. Whoa, what's the traction control doing up there? That's better. I found some of my settings keep on changing for some reason. The pedals needed calibrating again, and a couple of times I've seen the traction control jump up to 3. Here we go. Gone out wide again on that corner. What is up with me tonight? Did that in the last race. Oh, thanks. Boy, oh boy. What is the point, guys? What is the point in doing this race? That's 2 races. Twice I've been pummeled to death. So did I do something wrong there? I may well save this one and review that later on. Was that karma? Could do with about another 10 laps of this. I'm coming to get you. Come on, Mitchell. Come on. Whoa. Nearly. Nearly. Little bit raggedy through there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Whoa, no. It had to happen. Put up on the barrier now. Dirty wheels. That's the downside of no traction control. The way we were pushing and pushing. Really pushing. Might do one more. I want to have a decent race without getting smashed. And on that one, I was really pushing. I mean, for me, I was on the edge. So I'm not surprised I actually spun it. Tried that flat. It doesn't quite work flat. Sorry about that, guys. That spin caught me, but it is getting a little bit better and going in the right direction. Still trying to get used to this traction control and pushing. What I hadn't said before is I have been sandbagging a little bit with regards to the traction control, just making sure I could drive within it. Now I'm trying to push a little bit harder which means then I am hitting to the point where I am spinning out. What I've got to do is learn where that fine line is. Ooh. Wow. No, Rapture, I'm not going to do it. I am not going to put traction control back on. It does give a little bit of confidence, but Kushti was on at me for the longest time to take it off. A lot of people on here said to take it off, and I have done, and I'm very, very, very reluctant to put it back on. And I have proven that I can race with it off. I mean, one little mistake in that one ruined the race, but it was one little mistake, and if I can just not do that, then it'll all come good. But I hate what you're saying, especially on a slippery circuit like Suzuka. Yeah. It is hot here today. Thanks, driver. I'm trying to learn and grind. Trying. I had to keep reminding myself this is only the third week of doing these daily races, and Rome was not built in a day. It takes time. And I mean, we did dip into the B, and that was good. And we will get back there. I bet I've dropped even further now. Yeah, sort of midway through the C. Still got my S rating. All I need is just a couple of good races, and it will be back. It will be back. I'm very surprised at the way this BMW is sticking with those Porsches as well. Very, very surprised. So I think I'm going to do one more to take us up to 11 o'clock and then try something new. We're going to head across to Daily Race C and see what happens over there. For those of you that are doing Race C this week, is it the same as B? Is it the crash fest that C seems to be, or is it a little easier to have decent races? I would welcome your thoughts. I really welcome your thoughts. The other thing with traction control, just while I'm here, is yesterday I did drop traction control on for a few corners, about half a lap or something, and I excuse me, I didn't really feel that much different with the traction control off, so I immediately went traction control off. But traction control one is like a crutch for me. It's when it's on, I just feel a little bit more in control. I tried the Nissan Nismo. In fact, I put a livery on it yesterday, and the BMWs just suited me so much better. I don't know why. The BMW just suited me better. I could get more consistent times with the BMW, which is what I was looking for. I tended to find that the Nismo, I was just struggling with it a little bit. That said, I've never overly clicked with that Nismo. Strange. It's an all-round very good car, but just never really got to grips with it. Clack, I know you're feeling, mate. I really do. I've raced Gran Turismo since version 1 on a PlayStation 1. I've had every version since it went online, and I've only just seriously gone online. The main reason is because the first few times I tried it, it was just mayhem. I was just getting rammed off all the time, and I thought, I'm rubbish. I can't do this. Put the game away for a while. Now I realise it's just part of racing online, and what I'd like to do, I would like to get proficient with Gran Turismo. I'll never leave Gran Turismo alone, I'll tell you that. But get proficient with Gran Turismo, then move on to maybe ACC or maybe even iRacing. That's where I would love to be. But for the moment, I am in the Gran Turismo camp and thoroughly enjoying the daily races. I don't know why I haven't done them before. Really don't. Really don't. Right, got a minute to go. I'm just taking a bit of a breather, just to chill. And I like catching up with you guys on the chat as well. Indian, you're right. Normally, I mean, this is what Kushti always used to say to me. Normally, I pick a car, stick with that throughout the week. Yesterday was just a nightmare, and I just couldn't get to grips with any of the cars. Jumped into this BMW, and it was like night and day. It was just like, well, this is the car I want to be in. So I'm enjoying that, and I will be sticking with the Beamer for the week, regardless. Now that is it. I'm done. I'm not going to be swapping again. Because it is very difficult. If you keep swapping from one car to the next, it does become very, very, very difficult. Rapture, I agree. Although, I don't know. I started off in second, didn't I? But I went a bit wide on one of those corners, and that brought me back into the clutches. So qualify high and keep it in a straight line. And that's the key thing for me, is just keeping it in a straight line at the moment. And I just, consistency with the traction control off is what I need to work on right now. And I could sit here just doing quali after quali after quali after quali, but I do want to race, and I need to work on my racecraft, which is dire. So getting into races is part of this learning curve. Yeah, Rapture, exactly. It's what I was saying. Doing the quali with a ghost car. I do quali with a ghost car. I normally choose a ghost car that is the same as the one that I'm racing. It just took me a long time this week to get to grips and find the car that I liked. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can stay out of trouble this time. Regardless, this is the last run at this race. Don't know why traction control is constantly being set there. I need to double check that. Probably got it set up incorrectly in the settings somewhere for the car. Does the traction control, you know, the setting in the assists, is that per car, or is that for the driver? I guess it's for the car. It's gone deep again on that corner. Why is it the first time I run this lap? Cold tyres, maybe? It's one of the things I really wish Gran Turismo had, was a tyre temperature graphic. That's 3 times in 3 races I've done that, so I'm going to assume it's cold tyres. Sorry guys, concentrating like crazy. Thought about making a move there, thought better of it. Woohoo! Just had to spice it up there a little bit at the end. Ooh. Wow, that was a run and a half. Enjoyed that one. 8 seconds off the pace. But little squiggle at the end there. Just trying to get the power down a little bit early out that last corner. I don't think the wind was on really, but for me, third is pretty good, Pleased with that. I think that is a good place to leave Daily Race B for this evening. So now we're going into another unknown, Daily Race C. That's going to be an interesting one. So I did ask earlier on, but I didn't get to see. What's Daily Race C like? Is it a punt fest? Is it reasonable? What am I going to go into? What am I going into? And again, thank you ever so much for everybody that is on the channel and supporting me this evening. It's very, very, very much appreciated. I am overwhelmed by the number of you that are dialing in each evening. I'm buzzing. I love it. I'm learning a lot. It's encouraging me just to keep trying more and more and more. So third. Podium's quite nice. Don't imagine that's done much for the DR, but we might have a quick look. Punched up a snap, just a snap. Right, so nice one, Ian. First 26, nice. It's all a bit of a win-win-win here tonight. Okay, so Autopolis International. Select from garage. We'll go with the Ferrari, and what I will do is, so we've got two AMGs, Italian, Kushti's gone with the Citroen. Okay, he does like that Citroen, I have to say. Top times AMGs. I'm going to go with the fourth. There's a lot of AMGs in there. I'm going to go with the Ferrari, purely because I think I want to run with the Ferrari, although I think a lot of people are qualifying with the AMG, but then for the fuel they're racing with the Ferrari. So, and I want to just stick with one car, as somebody said a moment ago. Give me racing, can't remember who. So as usual, we will do a quick replay just to get a little bit of a feel for what's what. So we're coming down 100-meter board down into second, third. Okay, second for rotation, up into third. Assuming we're going to brake on the grey bit, or a little bit after the grey bit. Third through here, and second for rotation. Third through there. First or second for this one. First up into second for this one. Imagine this one will be fourth, turning on the curb. No, down at third. Okay, out in fourth. Just a little drop down for rotation of some of these gears. Second arrow. Oh, between second and third. Over the top, second gear. This is the corner that I always struggle with. Where are we braking? Around about the 50-meter board, fourth gear. That's how I usually go through there in third. Usually stick with third, he's gone up in fourth. Third through here, down to second. Third under the bridge, I would assume. Just up the fourth now, I would assume. Yeah, and then third through here. Second, okay. Just to stay with the curb, I guess, and then I run to the line. Okay. Okay, so similar to what I've done previously. So I can't actually enter that one. Let's just come out and see if we get another one. No. Okay, qualifying time trial. Now I think I need, is that putting me straight in? Or can I, yeah, settings, car settings, racing mediums, I think, for racing mediums for qualifying. Hi JJ, hope you are well, my friend. Load the Ghost as always. I hope the sound and the video is okay. I'm getting to the point where I'm not looking at the chat enough tonight. I did ask a question earlier on and then didn't look at the chat. Not quite sure with regards to brake balance on this one. Probably going to leave it at 0, I think, at the moment. Bit slow getting the power down there. Be a little bit quicker. Feathering the throttle through there a little bit. Right, where's that 15-metre board? Down at the floor. Chuck it in. Whoa, that's too deep. Needs to be just before that 15-metre board in this one. I think the last time I did this, it was in the WRX, Subaru WRX. It seems a little quicker. That's going to be a rubbish score. 159. Doesn't quite grip through there. Actually just before the 50 this time. Still feel that it needs to be before that. Should be third through there, not fourth. Looks like I should go back to doing race B, I think. Usually takes me a few laps to get up to speed. again. Just trying to carry a little bit too much speed through there. Just a tiny little bit too much. Need that ghost car a little bit closer so I follow him. Not really getting a lot of use from him at the moment. Getting all the gears as well. Into here. Brake on the orange one. Bit too cautious through that. Weirdly, I seem to be better on the hard tyres than the mediums. Still not quite got my braking point there. Try taking a bit of the grass there, not necessarily a good idea. Still missing that apex. don't know what time I need to go racing, if I'm honest. We are in a C category, so I'm wondering if 154, so 154.8 is enough to actually get out there and do some racing. What do we think, guys? No, didn't apex that again. Making too many mistakes still. I might have to study the replay a bit more offline. I'm not going to do that tonight for you guys. We see how it goes. Okay, let's just see how long I can keep this blue for. Right, it's a bit too deep there. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Quite a long way down on the old boards. Got a lot of time to make up. Cushties are 152.6, we've got 153s, and I'm sitting at a high 154, so a good 2 seconds off the pace is crazy. Whoa, hang on a second. I'll tell you what I do need to do. Yeah, hard tyres, exactly. Settings, car settings. Okay, set to hard. Oh, there's one other thing I want to do as well. I forgot to save the replay earlier on. This is racing hard tyres, and we've got Got to watch the old fuel, haven't we? Do we not have a fuel map? Playing around with the old hub there. Do we not have a... Stay out of trouble. I feel like I've got a target on my back at the moment. Traction control, session best, weather, radar. Do we not have the fuel map for this race? It's going to be a bit hard to judge the fuel without the old fuel map on. I think to attend that race, we're using 10% of the fuel each lap. Ah, fuel map when to start the race. Okay. Better. Just getting used to short shifting, getting the feel for it. It's actually quite a different beast when it's short shifting. I'm not at all happy with that corner. Really cannot find a brake reference point there. Interesting, you know, when you you go over the hump and you go down the hill and then you've got that tight fourth gear right hander. I'd love to know where your braking points are on that, because I am struggling with that a little bit. Seriously feel like I'm struggling with that. Oh, we've got a WRX in here. It'd be interesting to see how that car does. goes nothing. The fuel map. Fuel map 1 seems to be still going, and I'm just going to monitor it. See how we do. 10 laps. 10% of the fuel each lap. A little early on the brakes through there. Stay off the grass, stay off the grass. %. Looking good on fuel at the moment. That's it, don't leave me any room. That was untidy. Just being a little bit cautious at the moment. Probably a little bit too cautious. Okay, so we're just all throwing them up the inside, are we? Is that the idea? Just chuck your car in and hope for the best. Whoop. How are we looking on fuel? There's the wrong gear there. Just concentrate on driving. Forget about the fuel for a minute. A little deep on that one. Cool, thank you. Oh, it's sliding. Whoa, followed him off. Using him like a ghost car. Whoa! I think my black Ferrari friend is back. Whoa! That's gonna go round. Who said stay out of trouble? Look at that. That's a lesson learned. When you're following a car, don't use it like a ghost car, because if he's going to make a mistake, you're going to make a mistake. And that's exactly what happened just there. Just followed him straight off. Still got to watch for my braking points, my turning points, my lines. This is only the first race slope. We haven't done much running practice. Interesting, a lot of people pitting. grass. So learning quite a bit first time out on this race. A few lessons learned. I think I was a bit too careful with the fuel when we first set off. Plus, don't pick fights with black bros. First time out. First time out. Not too bad. At least we didn't swing it around, crash, whatever. Hi backyard. G4 as well. Welcome to the stream this evening. Good to have you on board. We are running the daily race C at the moment. That was I did a very short practice, reviewed a lap. That's the first race, so I'm not expecting too much. We've dropped back to DLC because of hunting and shenanigans in the daily race B. Finished up with a reasonable race on daily race B, but it's just so crashy. It really is. Not a lot of fun, but yeah, so we will run daily race B a little bit. Where are we? It is 5 to 12. How long have we got to wait for another race? How long have we got to wait for another race? Select from garage. 6 minutes. Should we do another one? Should we do another one? Said I was going to finish at 11. Shall we do another one? Go on, votes. Yes or no? Yes or no? Raw chat's gone quiet. So what are we saying? No? Call it a day? Let's come back again tomorrow? Or one more? One more, always. Okay, sounds like chat might be a little laggy as usual. Oh, I haven't got my coast up. Oh, never mind. Okay, one more for you guys. For those of you guys that are running on assists, I look forward to hearing how your progress is going with turning them off. Just remember, it will be more difficult. You will be slower for a time. But once you learn these tracks, you will be quicker. I promise you, you'll be quicker. Just around here. I mean, I'm not perfect around here by any stretch of the imagination. But you come around here, I'm just looking for this curb. Beginning of that curb, that's my turning. Fourth gear through here, just feathering the throttle. Looking for the curb on the exit. Sometimes I get that a little bit wrong. As we come down to this one, I'm looking for about halfway between those two markers, and then I'm looking for this little bit of tarmac over the top of that rise. As we come down to the bottom of here, I'm looking at braking just before the 50. Granted, this one's quite hard. I haven't really found a braking zone for that yet. Then down to third, run around the curb here. As you come off the curb, you're looking for this curb. Get up over the top of that, and then you're looking for this one. Getting it slowed down into third. Should come a little bit deeper on that one. Pick up the apex there, which I missed. Pick up that one. Swing back across this apex. Out to the right. Come across to the left. Pick up, and then this is all apexes. You really want to be running that curb. I'm talking and missing them. Click this one, and that's your race, that's your lap done. So on this particular one, there's not an awful lot of braking points to worry about, if I'm honest. We come down into this one, looking for the 100-metre board, bang on the brakes, brake in a straight line, third gear, getting it turned in, looking for that apex so that it drifts out to the outside. Follow this black mark around if you want. Now we're looking for this little grey bit on the left hand side. Bang, there, down into third gear, picking up the apex here. Again, I'm talking, I've gone too far on the grass. Apex that one, and then this is a compound curve. It's just treat it like one curve. Second gear in that. On the power as soon as you get it straight. Looking for this curve. Turn in. Third gear or fourth gear, feather the throttle through there. Looking for between the second and third. If you're not comfortable with that, just hit it on the middle of the arrows there, and then just inch it forward. This is a difficult one. Just before the 50, looking for that apex. Use that curb on your way out. Then this one, I've gone too deep, carrying a bit too much speed in there. Just up to fourth briefly. As soon as you see this corner, head straight for the curb. Then this one as well. That should all be third gear really. While I'm talking, not so good, but I'm just trying to pick out my reference points. This one, just follow the curb around, just put a wheel up on the curb, follow it around, and as soon as you see this apex of this one, let it go, and those are your reference points. No need for the driving line, no need for the brake assist. Guys, take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off. Promise you. And then tell me in 3 or 4 days whether you've finding it better or worse? 3 or 4 days you should be a lot better. The other thing as well is when you're racing online against other people, it enables you to watch what's going on the track as well and be a bit more dynamic with your driving rather than driving to those lines. I don't know if any of you have seen the Gran Turismo movie, but he talks about, you know, experimenting with different lines for overtaking. You're using the braking zones and the line on the track. You sort of get almost like a train on tracks. Sometimes you need to come off there and just try something a little bit different. And maybe go a bit wide and undercut somebody, or get down the inside and just, like they were doing with me, just ease them out a little bit. Whoa. Hard to talk and drive. Again, in the chat, if any of you have got better lines, better braking reference points, etc., please share them. I am average at best. Absolutely, JJ, yeah, turning the traction control off. 100%. 100%. Okay, starting back down in 8th this time. We've got a whole load of B-rated drivers in this one. Turning that traction control off was one of the best things that I did. I think I'm still trying to get used to it. I'm not there yet. That's a good, again, 3 or 4 days in, but I am starting to not think about it quite so much. Just got to be a little bit more careful about putting the accelerator down and the attitude of the steering wheel. You know, too much steering angle on, too much power, it's going to go round. It's just a case of finding it. Okay. Whew, like it's hot. Here we go, last race of the day. I'm probably going to go quiet. I can't imagine I'll get up to B, but it'd be nice to finish on B. But if I can get just a little bit further up in the C, that would be good. Really depends on how we do in this race. Starting down in 8, I really need to be at top 6. Power level 1, traction controls off, and we'll put the fuel map on. So I'm going to try and maybe accelerate just a little bit heavier this time. I didn't do my full fuel saving at this bit, should do, whilst it's blatting the accelerator around. And then we'll go fuel map 1 when we get the timer. There we go. Whoa! You can see him there. Problem is having the fuel map on, you haven't got your radar, you can't see where the other cars are. was not nice. Changed down a little early there. Mate, that door's always going to close there. Bang on, 10 laps remaining. Ah! Looks like the Mercedes wanted to come through no matter what. I don't know what it is with Gran Turismo at the moment, but everybody just seems to be prepared just to launch one up the inside these days. Whoa! That's a mistake on my part. Getting a little bit tired, if I'm honest. Should have finished at 11, half 11 really. An overtake under the yellows. There's a green light, let's go. Where are we? 7 laps to go? No. That's too deep. Took the Mercedes off with me though. Getting tired. Suddenly gone very, very tired. Missing all of my braking points. What's the fuel situation, guys? again. Hey, what, it's gone really dark. We'll be turning our lights on in a minute. One of these guys up here to get a penalty, I think. Oh, it's 7 laps. Okay. Got my TV slightly too low. Oh, can't read the tech. Can't read the chat. I am going to have an accident if I try and do that. But please keep the tips coming. I will review them after the race. I promise. And then hopefully we'll be back tomorrow racing and we'll be putting them all into practice. I can hear him, he's still there. Nice move, Mike. Oh, I nearly ran into the back of him. Too greedy over the top there. Come on, mate, if you've got wings, let's move. Laps to go, 3.8. Crikey, I've saved a load of fuel again. I need to do some research on this race tomorrow. Watch a few runners and see what they're doing with regards to revving the car out, fuel saving and the like. That's better, it's a bit brighter now. Oh, thank you. Respect the guy behind me, he's on medium tyres. Thanks for watching the fuel for me, guys. Appreciate it. Guy behind me is much faster. I'm wondering if he's going to make a lunge at some point. Just trying to defend. He's going to get slipstream. Whoa, that was hard. I enjoyed that. Oh boy, did I enjoy that one. Oh, thank you for making me do another one. Had some good battles in there. A few mistakes, but boy, I'm getting tired. It's an hour and a half after I said that I was going to call it a day. Woo. Why did I get a one? Why did I get a penalty? Okay guys, why did I get a penalty? Do you have to stop? Guys, I'm really confused. Why did I get that penalty? Was I on the wrong tyres? Oh, you're joking. I was on mediums. Oh, no. Schoolboy error. Schoolboy error. Okay. What we're going to do in that case, I thought I was on hards. That also means that I was doing better than I thought I was doing. Let's go into here. And so I did say I was getting tired. Oh, I'm set to racing hards. So how on earth did he put mediums on then? That means I would have had to have changed it to mediums. Or did it not set it after I did the quali? I'm going to worry about that tomorrow. I should worry about that tomorrow. The lesson learnt there is straight out the blocks, make sure you're on the right tyres. Yeah, I didn't pit because I didn't think I had to. I thought I was on the hard tyres, and I didn't look at the little graphic to see which tyres I got. I naturally thought that I was on the hard tyres, in which case you can go all the way to the end without pitting, so long as you do your fuel saving. So we got the fuel saving right. We just messed up on the tyres. Yeah, I think that's what I did, JDA. I must have not switched the tyres out. What a pain. What a pain. Right. Well, anyway, that is me done for this evening. Other than to, let's just take a quick nose, see what the DR rating has done. We took a big old drop, and I'm suspecting that it's come up a little bit. It'd come up a lot more if we'd had held that place. But why don't you join me tomorrow night? Assuming I'm on, I'm hoping to, planning to, and we'll see if we can get that driver rating back up to a B, running in the daily race B. I think the daily race daily race B, I liked, but it's just too punty. It's just too crashy. I think I'm going to run daily race C for the rest of the week and just see if we can get that rating up. So good night, everybody. Thank you ever so much for spending your time with me this evening. It's been really great. I appreciate all your help. If you haven't already, please hit the like button on the way out. And in the meantime, I'll see you again very soon. For now, take care. Bye-bye.